2018 Kawasaki Vulcan Voyager VN 1700. Going to upgrade the rear speakers. Did a video previously on how to install these. Check out my other videos if you want to know how to put them on. I had originally put in some Polk DB521s in the front. Quite happy with them, so I picked up a set for the rears. We're going to pop them in there today. What you'll be needing, of course, beside your speakers, is simply a 2.5 millimeter Allen wrench socket, whatever you prefer. Just going to remove the 4 Allen screws around the speaker. And the grill comes off. I'm just going to put the screws inside the grill. I'm going to take the other one off. Unlike the front ones, the screws that hold the grills in actually hold the speaker in place also. So you want to make sure you don't want to strip those out when you're taking them out of there. Bottom guys were a little bit stubborn, but they are. Unboxing these, obviously you don't need the grill covers. The speaker itself has a liquid cooled tweeter on it. The magnets are really good sized magnets. And the woofers are nice and pliable. It's already got built-in capacitors on the back for the audio. And the tweeters on these are adjustable, so you can actually take the tweeter, rotate them left, rotate them right, and face them in and out, so you can aim the tweeter to wherever you need it to. Most of the time I just leave them pointed forward because you're on a motorcycle, it's not going to make much difference. It does come with a hardware kit if you're putting these in a car or something, or you know, you had a different application on your bike. Our case, we shouldn't need these at all. Alright, let's pop these speakers out here. I'll just grab it by the cone in the middle, pull out gently. Make sure I don't get caught on any of the leather. Like in this case, it obviously was either not dry or it got stuck, so you don't want to tear your leather. I'm going to pull my wires off back here. I'll try not to rip the factory harness off. I'm going to try to use those if I don't have. This one was being a little bit stubborn, so I went over and grabbed a pair of wire strippers. That one popped right off. Some of these you may actually have to give a little bit more of a pull to them. They just stick on there a little bit better once you pop it loose. It should come off there. Try to pull on the terminal and the speaker at the same time so you do not damage your speaker, just in case you want to reuse it. And just for a quick comparison, this is what you're pulling out of there. This is what you're putting in as far as the magnets go. Absolutely no comparison in the two. This Polk has so much more power than the factory speaker. I'm going to flip them over. I've grabbed a voltmeter. I'm going to show you real quick how to show the positive from the negative. Obviously the old speaker and new speaker are marked, but just so you know, if they weren't marked for some reason, how to check it. I'm going to turn the radio on. I'm going to take my voltmeter, and what I'm going to do, you can see the number there is on 0. I'm going to touch the two wires. Doesn't matter whether I'm on black or red, to one side or the other. When I do that, if you can see my meter, I'm getting a negative number on there right now. So I'm getting a -0, -1. If I flip it around the other way, I'm now getting a positive number. That lets me know that my right lead, or my red lead, right now is on the positive side. Again, you flip them around, you get a negative number, you know you're backwards. So I know for a fact that my brown wire is my positive wire. Alright, we'll pop this one back in. Side of the big side, and that is way too loose. And the small side is okay. So the big side is way too loose. Let me go grab my strippers again real quick, and we're going to snug that up a little bit. Alright, I'm going to tighten this connector up. I'm going to tighten it up by squeezing the connector together, which obviously makes sense. I'm going to squeeze it a little further toward the back. I don't want to squeeze the front, because if I over tighten it, I'm not going to be able to get it back out of there very easy. I'm just going to put a little tiny pressure on there on both sides. Then I'm going to test fit it again. If it still fits loose, I can tighten it up a little bit more. If it's over tightened, then you got to get a small screwdriver and try to push it back out of there. So I've got a good tight fit now. It's not going to go any place. We can drop this speaker back in place. And with so many other hiccups in life, when we're modifying this stuff, there's always something you may or may not have to do. As you can see, I just ran into a small problem here. There are 3 ports sticking up from the back of this box. The magnet is hitting the port, so it's not going to fit down in there without me modifying those ports. So I'm going to get something to snip those ports off so the speaker will fit down in there properly. I've never done this before, but I'm going to try a pair of right angle snips. I can get down in here with these pretty easy. I'm just going to pop the tabs off. I'm not going to cut them all the way off. I don't think I have to. I'm just going to cut a little bit at a time. Technically still ported. And what do you know? A perfect fit. Alright, when I took these off, I didn't pay much attention, but there is an obviously wider angle to this. So I just stuck it back on the other side so I would know which way this one goes. As I spun it around, it looks like the wider side goes up in the top. So this part right here is going to be my top corner on this side up here. There we go. Grab my screws. Just kind of finger start them. And I don't think there's a right or wrong way of doing this, but I'm just going to go back and forth like I was tightening the tire up on a car. So I disperse the pressure evenly across there. Alright, let's pop this one out. Again, watch the leather when you pull it apart. Make sure if they got any adhesive around the edge, it doesn't stick. You don't want to tear your leather. Do the same thing. We're going to pull the connections off back here. I'm going to grab my other speaker. If you have a Dremel, anything that'll get down in here and cut these, I think it's really going to matter what you cut them with, as long as you get them cut to where the magnet will fit in there. And like I said, I'm just cutting off the height of it. Three. It's not like these are sealed boxes. The wire's going right on the back of them. You can see air going down through there anyhow. So it's not like we're taking a sealed box or a ported box and making any big difference in it. The speaker itself is going to make up for the difference in them. Same thing over here. Big terminal with big terminal. If I fit loose, I'm going to snug it up, which I fit loose again. My little one fits on there good, so same thing as before. I'm going to take this one towards the back, not the front. Squeeze a little bit, both sides of it. I'm going to drop that on. And it should fit snug, but if you don't want the point where you can't get it back off ever again. So that's in there now. Same as before, we're going to take a poke. I'm going to rotate it so it's pretty much towards the bottom. And fits like a glove. Same thing, I'm going to turn the poke to where the poke is kind of facing me a little bit better. And we'll pop the grill back in. It should just fit right on there. My screws. I'll remove my cutters off my seat before I cut a hole in it. Snug these down. I'm not going to over tighten them. I'm not going to break something off, twist them out. You'll feel it get tight. Once you get it tight, I just take a couple fingers and give it a little tweak. Okay. Key on.
The refreshing sound of Myrtle Beach.
Easy 105.9, Easy 100.7.
There we are installed. Let's turn the key on, see what we get.
25 to 7 and then had it open.
Worlds of difference between those factory speakers and those Polks. Give it a ride for a week or two, and I'll do a follow-up, let you know what I think of them after a week or so. I can't imagine I'll be doing any worse off than we were with factory speakers. Make sure you subscribe and like the video. Thank you.